Hi guys, in today's recipe we are going to be making a delicious sweet potato pie that has the perfect balance of sweet potatoes and spices. The best part about this recipe is that you can make the filling into an eggless recipe or you can add eggs to it. Before we begin making our sweet potato pie, I just want to say that this recipe is a game changer. So even if you are a beginner, it's going to be perfectly easy and flawless for you. So we are starting off by having our sweet potatoes, and I've washed these with a scrubber. You want to get rid of all the dirt. And some may argue that boiling is better than steaming or steaming is better than roasting. But today I am going to show you my two favorite cooking methods for sweet potato. So I'm going to roast half of my sweet potatoes and I'm going to steam half of my sweet potatoes. And we're going to compare the cooking time and the results. So we're going to start off by roasting our sweet potatoes. You want to take a fork and you want to drive some holes into your sweet potato. I think this method is much more longer when you're roasting sweet potatoes. But it gives beautiful results because the potatoes don't have a lot of water content other than the original water content of the potatoes. Place the potatoes on a cooling rack over a baking tray, but you want to give them a light grease. And we're going to pop these in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and I will tell you how long they took. Our second method is simply to have a steamer over a water bath, and then we're going to steam our sweet potatoes, cut them in half, or you can even cut them into quarters. Cover them over and we'll see how long they take. Our sweet potatoes are ready. The halves was steamed for 50 minutes and the baked sweet potatoes lasted 1 hour and 15 minutes. And I must say that these are sugars that were caramelized in the oven that were released from the sweet potatoes. And I'm going to guarantee you that these sweet potatoes are going to be sweeter than the steamed sweet potatoes. We have our two roasted sweet potatoes and I will give you the amounts in cups. And we have our steamed sweet potatoes. We have all our sweet potatoes and we're going to start by mashing them with a mixer. You can use your mixer or you can use your hand to break up the sweet potatoes. And I will also tell you how many cups of sweet potato puree you will need. I am using all the sweet potatoes because I'm not using any eggs in this recipe. So I want it to have a good bind. Scrape our bowl down. This right here is 4.5 cups of sweet potato mash. We are adding 3/4 teaspoon of mixed baking spice, 3/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, 3/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, half teaspoon of ginger, 1.5 tablespoon of vanilla. We are also adding 1/4 cup of melted butter, 3/4 cup of evaporated milk, 3/4 cup of packed brown sugar, and I'm also adding 1/2 cup of white sugar, and I'm adding 2 tablespoons of flour as a binding agent. If you want to use the flour, you can use 2 eggs. Mix it until everything is nice and smooth. I'm adding 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Give it a nice mix down. Make sure that you don't have any clumps in here. I'll give it one more mix. This mixture is ready, nice and smooth. and we're gonna pull our pie crust. I have one blind baked pie crust and it's very hot. Now I didn't do this on the camera, however, this is the same recipe that we have from our pumpkin pie that we posted about 3 videos before. So you can check out the recipe for this. Although we didn't add any egg into our filling, I'm using just a little bit of egg yolk and some evaporated milk to brush the edges. You can bake it just like this and it will still give you a nice brown, or you can use a little bit of heavy cream and brush the edges. We're going to fill this up. As this is a deep dish. We're going to place this in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 45 minutes. Once the pie is done, you want to allow it to come completely down to room temperature, and then you want to place it in the refrigerator for about 3 to 4 hours, especially if you are using it without eggs. If you have enjoyed making sweet potato pies with me, give the video a thumbs up or subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend, and see you in another recipe.